Hi, my name is Deepshikha Sharma and I work with Nature Conservation Foundation, which is an NGO based in India. NCF, short for Nature Conservation Foundation, was established in 1996 and it is a science-based initiative that works alongside communities and indigenous people to conserve numerous wild species. In this presentation, I will talk about our community-based conservation efforts to conserve snow leopard habitat in northern India. Potential snow leopard habitat in India spans over 4 states and 2 union territories, which is approximately an area of 100,000 square kilometers. In this talk, I will focus mainly on the state of Himachal Pradesh, which is in the western Himalayan region. In this map, you can see the snow leopard range, which is marked in grey. It is approximately an area of 26,000 square kilometers and is about 3,200 to 5,200 meters above the sea level. Here, most of the landscape is a cold, rugged trans-Himalayan desert with a very unique biodiversity, including snow leopard, Tibetan wolf, ibex, blue sheep, etc., which are emblematic to this terrain. Although scarcely populated, this landscape is also home to agro-pastoral communities who, through their tradition and practice, have been instrumental in conserving this landscape and its biodiversity. These indigenous communities, for the longest, have lived in isolation and only recently have slowly been opening up to the rest of the world. Still, many parts of this landscape continue to remain remote with almost no access to roads or network. Before I move on to the discussion, I want to share a story of Thuktan. Thuktan is a small farmer in a remote hamlet of just 4 households. He owns a modest amount of land and livestock, which are his and his family's only source of income and sustenance. On an unfortunate night, a snow leopard enters his livestock corral and kills his entire holding. However, the snow leopard is unable to escape the corral before the farmer witnesses the horror and in retaliation ends up killing the cat. Now, such incidents are not unheard of in this landscape. With almost no real-time connection with the outside world, getting help or solution to such incidents almost becomes impossible. So farmers, in order to protect their livestock, are left with no options but to retaliate. Retaliatory killing of snow leopard is one of the primary threats to the species. We have been trying to prevent such incidents through predator-proofing the corrals or mitigating economic losses with the help of Forest Department compensation schemes or facilitating livestock insurance programs in the landscape. But due to the remoteness, such interventions and schemes have not been able to reach all villages. We too are limited by a small team of 6 and information gap that arises due to lack of connectivity. And thus receiving timely information and our response in such incidents have been of key importance to us. However, the same has been a big challenge to tackle with. So as a solution to this problem, we are turning to the members of the community to assist us filling up this information gap so that we are able to respond at the time of the need. I will share our experience of having on-ground community members as conservation champions and what does that mean for us and the people and what are the challenges we have faced so far. Conservation champions are primarily members of community or a village who volunteer with us to be the first point of contact to the community in case there is an incident of livestock depredation or any other event of wildlife interaction. To pilot the People for Conservation program, we reached out to potential champions and held a 2-day workshop with them. Here we discussed various wildlife-related incidents that were common in their landscape and worked out potential solutions with them. Through the workshop, we also discussed their role as community champions. Since then, we have engaged them through regular trainings and meetings and also have provided resources that will help them navigate such incidents and provide assistance to their grief parties like claiming relief from the Forest Department. We also have a dedicated phone line which the champion or the community members can use to inform us of such incidents. A field team also ensures that they visit the village as and when they can and work out more long-term solutions with the community members. After our first workshop, we were not sure of what to expect, but when we received our first call from Panma, a champion from Hango village, it was very reassuring. Panma pushed us to work on a booklet that would explain the procedure to claim Forest Department compensation in the local language, which was otherwise only available in English. Over the last 2 years, we have trained 25 champions and have reached out to a total of 50 villages as compared to 25 villages we were able to reach prior to this program. Tuktan, who earlier had a negative impression of the wildlife, is now a champion and continues to promote wildlife conservation and have since then reinforced all the livestock corrals in his village. This year, with the initiative of Champion, we have predator-proofed 19 individual livestock corrals and 2 community corrals and have been able to develop a booklet with a procedure to claim Forest Department compensation. One of the challenges we faced within a month of engaging the champions was the pandemic. We had planned for multiple workshops over the year, but now due to lockdown, we were unsure if we would even be able to meet once. However, this did not stop our champions from engaging with us, even though for some of them it would mean walking for 2 or 3 kilometers just to find a phone network. They have continued to provide the necessary support to the communities throughout these 2 years. They also keep in touch with other champions through WhatsApp groups, and this helps them to learn from each other and also share their progress with each other. By building and strengthening these champions' networks, we hope that a farmer never feels alone in such times of distressful situations and is always able to find necessary support to cope with the loss of livelihood. With a reduced chance and stress of losing livestock, we hope to minimize the retribution killing of top predators like snow leopards and wolves. In the end, I would like to thank the Himachal Pradesh Forest Department for their continued on-ground and financial support to the communities. I would also like to acknowledge our global partners, Snow Leopard Trust, who have offered their expertise and support throughout these years. And finally, I would like to thank our funding partners, Conservation Leadership Program, for their support in this project. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave it down below and I'll try my best to answer them. Thank you.